like I've hoped from the first game, that you have a fantastic effort, get all the things that we practice right, get the structures in place, and we run to what we practice. Players have been outstanding all year on the training track. If it was based on training, I think we'd be in the top 4. Now, it's hard to judge because I don't know what other clubs do, totally what they do. But no, our training has been very, very good, very encouraging. No heads down. All the things that you'd want players to how to react, they have reacted to. It's very good. Oh, I haven't noticed anything. Chris has been out there for over a month doing some form of training. You know, if we have to rely on one bloke, it's a sad case. No, that's not the case. Oh, you're asking the wrong person. You've got to ask the players that. As I said to you, we've trained very, very well all year. It hasn't been. There's hardly been a session where I've thought we're off. There would have been one Friday, one day I can remember, and that's going back over a month ago. So, if it's an individual that has to be out there, well, it's sad, and that's not the case. Well, with the 120 rotations, we try to manage every player, and we manage every player individually. So, Chris will be no different than probably another 6 or 7 blokes that run through the middle. So, you know, you've got to look at those differently than you look at your key backs, come your ruckman, come your key forwards, etc. No, he's good. We don't. No one goes out there without that can't get through a match. Well, it's been more than a couple of disappointing weeks. It's been a month of football that we haven't been happy with. The confidence is fantastic. As I say, the way they pick themselves up is a credit to the leadership group and them individually. Well, I'm not going to go through stuff that I've already covered, but and I'm talking over the last 4 weeks, and there's been areas. The worst game we played was Essendon. Make no mistake about it, and we're still trying to say, well, you know, what did take place against Essendon? But going forward, we've ticked as many boxes as we can to find out why. We've rehearsed as many scenarios as we possibly could. So and I'll remain a process coach. So as long as we can keep working with the process, then the wins will come. So we will not be chasing a thing that's at the 30-minute mark of the last quarter. We'll be chasing what we need to do from the first minute, and that puts the focus on the game, not the result. I'll be happier if he plays well tomorrow.
What do you feel he's learned from that week?
What if what?
What do you feel he's learned from having to go back?
More of our requirements. Oh no, I think that's between us and Jared, and it's pretty obvious. So suffice to say that he's had a think about things and needs to be better for us. Yes, identical. But Jeff has come off a fairly substantial injury, which he's probably not used to being able to cope with. And I feel as if when he gets the games under his belt, he'll be a lot better for us. Yeah, they're a good side. No, well, we've just spent a considerable time in here discussing the pros and cons of how they play. And yes, they are. They're a very proud side. I've had a little bit to do with a couple of their players in regard to the Australian thing, and I know how they think. And they're a good football side. They demonstrated that in the last half of last year, and they're 50-50 this year. They're a good football side. So no victory is going to come easy. And I think the most important that we focus in on is how hard we have to work to get into a position to win. Not about winning. And I think the massive difference is that if you focus in on what everyone's screaming for, then you forget the technique. And the technique has got to be consistent and persistence about playing an opposition that is a very dogged, and a dogged side in one manner, but a highly skilled side in another.